video. Okay, now let's come to the numericals part. A bomb at rest, okay, explodes into three parts of the same mass. Yesterday we did not get this numerical, you remember?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
A
sir.
bomb at rest explodes into three parts of same mass. The momentum of two parts are, it's written 2I, okay, 2I
Sir, minus 2i.
minus 2I and
Okay.
Pj. Actually, this should be P. It is minus 2Pi and Pj. It's actually easy numerical. Okay. Minus 2I and Pj. Write the question once again. A bomb at rest explodes into three parts of the same mass. The momentum of two parts are minus 2Pi and another one is Pi. Okay. Now we can say that total momentum before explosion is 0. After explosion, total momentum minus 2Pi plus Pj.
Pj.
The third one we don't know, X. Okay. Now X is equal to 2Pi plus 2Pi minus Pj. 2Pi minus Pj. These two I have taken this side, isn't it? Then if you want modulus of it, okay, it's a vector. All these are vector. Its modulus is square root of 2p squared plus 1p squared. Okay. 2p squared plus 1p squared, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh. So that will come 4p.
Sir, no. It
Sir,
will
5p,
be
sir.
5p, right?
5p, just a minute. This is minus 6. 1 minute, 1 minute. X is equal to 2pi minus pj. 2pi minus pj. Then 4p. That's again.
Sir, x won't be negative. We took x, we kept x, then we took the other side.
We took the other side. X, we took the other side. Modulus of x is equal to 2pi minus pj. Then modulus of x is equal to root of, it will come 4, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
4p squared. No, wait. It's not modulus they have taken. They have taken in terms of vector only, that one. So 2pi minus pi, this is pj, right?
Yes, sir.
Then 90 degree root of 2p squared means 4p squared minus 1p squared. Okay, fine. Now how much it will come? 4p squared minus 1p squared. Agreed? But that should come plus p squared, right?
Yes, sir, because we're
Yes,
taking,
sir.
the formula is different, right?
That is plus p squared. So it should be 5p squared. Okay, then root 5 of p should be the answer. It should come root 5p. That's a mistake in the problem completely. Okay.
Okay, sir.
4p, 1, it wouldn't come minus. Okay. So it should be root 5p. Next question. That part we finished. Then we were going
A
with
body of mass
Oh.
collides against a wall.
Yes, sir, we were doing.
I'll come to that point. A body of mass m collides against a wall with a velocity v. Bounce, that we finished, right? Minus 2 mv.
Yes, sir,
Yes.
we did that. Minus mv, minus
Sir,
mv.
actually, sir, you told that.
Independence of force is a consequence of. Physical independence
Sir.
of force is a consequence of. That means inertia. Is third law, second law, first law, all these laws. Physical independence of force is a consequence of which law? Third law, second law, first law, all of these laws.
Second.
No, the first law. The reason first law says every metal body remain in a state of rest or uniform motion
Unless
unless
it
it
is
is
exerted.
External.
Yes.
So if there is no external force means there is no physical influence onto it.
Oh, okay.
Clear?
Sir,
That's
that is
what
the
it
question.
is. Physical independence of force is a consequence of third law, second law, first law, and all these laws.
Sir,
Ah,
Z had a doubt before.
ah. What is that?
Sir, actually, in that bomb question, you told that you told that it's 5 pi root 5 p, right?
5.
The answer. Sir, but in the option, it's not given, sir.
That's what that question is completely wrong. That P when they have given itself, that's wrong.
Okay, sir.
There are many mistakes in this. Okay, next one. A particle is acted upon by a force of constant magnitude, which is always, write down, a particle acted upon by a force of constant magnitude. A particle is acted upon by a force of constant magnitude, which is always perpendicular to the velocity of the particle, which is always perpendicular to the velocity of the particle. The motion of the particle takes place in a plane. The motion of the particle takes place in a plane. You want me to repeat?
Yes, sir.
A particle is acted upon by a force of constant magnitude, which is always perpendicular to the velocity of the particle. Now itself you might have got an idea, nature of motion. The motion of the particle takes place in a plane. It follows that its velocity is constant, its acceleration is constant, its kinetic energy is constant, it moves in a circular path. 4 options. A option, its velocity is constant, its acceleration is constant, its kinetic energy is constant, it moves in a circular path. Which is the answer?
Sir, fourth one.
C and D. Kinetic energy constant and it moves in circular path.
Okay, sir.
Because it's circular motion, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Oh.
sir.
Acceleration.
You must identify it's a circular motion. In a circular motion, velocity keeps changing because direction changing. But magnitude of the velocity constant. That means speed is same. Kinetic energy is a scalar. There we don't consider velocity, we consider speed, half mv squared. That remains constant.
Answer is
Centripetal force magnitude is same, mv squared by r. But every time it's direction changing, you see? Direction keeps changing. Okay? Next question. Next question. When forces F1, F2, F3, forces F1, F2, F3 are acting on a particle, of mass m, when forces F1, F2, F3 are acting on a particle of mass m, such that F2 and F3 F2 and F3. F2 and F3 are mutually perpendicular. Are mutually perpendicular. Then the particle remains stationary. Then the particle remains stationary. Then the particle remains stationary. If force F1 is now removed, if force F1 is now removed, if force F1 is now removed, then acceleration of the particle is, acceleration of the particle is, A is equal to F1 by M, B is equal to F2 by M, C is equal to F3 by M, D is equal to none of
Sir, can you say A options?
F1 by, it's written on the board, F1 by M, F2 by M, F3 by M, D is none of this. That means here, when forces F1, F2, F3 are acting on a particle of masses such that F2 and F3 are mutually perpendicular, then the particle remains stationary. The particle remains stationary means the third one should act exactly opposite to it. This is the resultant of these two. This is 90 degrees, isn't it? That means this must be root of. This must be root of F2 squared plus F3 squared, right?
Yes, sir.
That must
Yes,
be
sir.
equal to F1.
Yes, sir.
Then only it will remain stationary. So F1 must be equal to root of F2 squared plus F3 squared. Acceleration is equal to force by mass. Force means what? Now this is removed. Look here, this is removed now. When this is removed, the force acting is this one, right? F2 squared plus F3 squared divided by mass, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Now F2 squared plus F3 squared is F1, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This was option A.
So this comes from equilibrium, right?
Coming
Equilibrium. This topic is
Because
from.
here it was in equilibrium.
Yes. So when it was removed,
This is
so it
removed,
now.
this particle moving upward.
Okay, sir.
So resultant force is now F2 squared plus F3 squared, square root
Okay.
by mass. But F2 squared F1 is F1.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
See that momentum, once again we have to recall, because now I got it, which I solved this morning. Look here, that momentum problem. Okay, once again, just make a recall. 0 is equal to minus 2pi plus pj plus x. This was the formula we had, right?
Yes, sir.
Now x is equal to 2pi minus pj. Now magnitude of x is equal to square root of 2p squared, right?
Yes, sir.
Two p squared plus p squared. This is a single term, 2p squared plus p squared, right?
Yes, sir.
They have taken 2p plus p, 3p. It's not 2 squared p squared. 2p is twice of p, right?
Yes, sir.
So they have taken this way. That's what that answer is coming like that. 3p squared. Then they're taking the root 3 of P. That's why that answer is coming there.
Okay, sir.
Is it clear? They have taken this way, 2P square they have taken. Because P only vector here, 2 is a number here. Twice the P.
Oh, okay, sir. Now understood.
So that's actually it should come 4P squared. Because it's just anyway 2P value. If it is 2, this must be 4, right?
Sir, 4
Yes,
P
sir.
squared, but they took it as 2P squared.
This is 3P squared. Like that's a mistake happens there.
Okay, sir.
Sir, can you go back to the last slide?
Previous one,
Yes, sir.
previous problem, forces.
No, sir, the momentum one.
No, I was telling about the mistake arised. That's all. No need to write it. Next question. Oh, three forces start acting simultaneously. Three forces start acting simultaneously on a particle. Three forces acting simultaneously on a particle moving with a velocity v. A particle moving with a velocity v. Three forces acting. Say F1, F2, F3. This you don't write. Three forces start acting simultaneously on a particle moving with a velocity v. Have you written?
Yes, sir.
These
sir.
forces are represented. These forces are represented in magnitude and direction. These forces are represented in magnitude and direction. By three sides of a triangle. By three sides of a triangle. Taken in same order. Say F1, F2, F3. Usually we are taking resultant reverse order, right?
Sir, by
Yes,
3.
sir.
In triangular law, two vectors will be in one order, resultant will be in the reverse order, right?
Yes, sir.
But here all the three are representing in the same order. Okay, these triangles are taken in same order. The particle will now move with a velocity. The particle, continue. The particle will now move with a velocity a bit less than v, b bit more than v, c bit v only, d bit cannot say. Which one?
Sir, can you repeat that last part of the question once more? Before
one?
the options.
4 options.
Before the
Less
options,
than,
could
more
you
than
just,
v, only cannot say.
so not that the question part of the question before
Sir,
you
can you
said the
can you
options.
re-explain the question?
Yes, sir.
Three forces start acting simultaneously on a particle moving with a velocity v. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
A body is traveling with a velocity v, three forces acting at the same time.
Okay, sir.
These forces are represented as sides of a triangle taken in order. That means F1, F2, F3 in the same order.
Yes, sir. And if they're taken in the same order, then the resultant will be 0, right?
Yes,
If they're taken in the
resultant
same
will
order.
be 0. That means force acting on this particle v is 0.
Yes.
Then what will be the velocity?
Less than v.
It will remain unchanged, I think.
It will remain unchanged. If there is no force acting onto it, it will travel with a
The
constant
original.
velocity.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What I'm
So in
saying
the
is,
beginning
you know
only
the
there was no
concept
force
is-
acting on it.
First of all, this concept. If you are taking this all in same order, resultant is 0. For example, I'll show you. See, this is 2 Newton. this is 2 Newton, and this is the resultant of 2, for example. Okay, this is F1, this is F2, this is F3. Find the resultant. You should know the angle. And right here, let us take it this 90 degree. Then this will be root of 2 square plus 2 square, right? Root of 8 will come here, right? Resultant.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is 90. So here I am representing this in triangular law. Okay, this I am transferring. F1 I am transferring this direction. F1. See, F2 from here I am transferring this side. F2. Okay. F3 comes downward. You see, they are in same order. So it is under equilibrium, isn't it?
Yes, sir. No
Yes,
change.
sir.
So if you are taking all in same order, that means it's an equilibrium condition. That means net force acting 0. If net force acting on object is 0, means velocity remain unchanged.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Any
sir.
doubt?
No, sir.
Huh? What happened?
Nothing, sir.
Oh. Now look here, one textbook problem is there in work power energy. Okay, page number 616, page number 136. This is also an important problem. Many question paper I saw this is repeating. Question number 136.
Sir, question number 136.
Page
sir,
number
page
136. Page number 136. Question number 616. Question is this. If you have textbook, you can check. This is a bearing, ball bearing. Okay, 1. Traveling with a velocity v. This is another 2 ball bearing in contact. That is 2 and 3. Okay, this is in contact, 2 bearings. 2 and 3. If this come and hit here, elastic collision, 4 options given here. Okay, first one, 1, this will be 2 and 3. And here velocity 0, here velocity will be shared, v by 2. This is one option. Second option, 1 and 2 get stuck together here. 1 and 2 stuck together. 3 will be moving with the velocity v. This is v0 and this will be moving with the velocity v.
The common velocity.
Common velocity. Third option given, 1, 2 and 3. All the 3 will move with the same velocity. Stuck together, all move v by 3. They will share the velocity. Which is the correct answer?
So the last one.
Last one.
Second one. Because it is elastic collision. We know that 2 masses, okay, same 2 bodies of same mass. Okay, one is at rest. See, this is M at rest. One body is same mass come and colliding here. Then their velocities will be exchanged if they are of same mass. Do you remember elastic collision case 1?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Take it and see. If there, I told you about water molecule or air molecules. If they collide, their velocities are exchanged in elastic collision if their masses are same. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So when they collide, the moment, see, these 2 rings are here. First one will come and hit here. That velocity will be transferred to second one. Clear? Again, between these 2, this will transfer same velocity, third one. So first 2 will get stuck together, third one will travel with a common velocity. If you want, you can see while playing
Yes,
carom
sir.
board. Suppose here 1 coin, okay, here 1 coin, you keep there and exactly hit with a striker. You can see only this will go.
Yes, sir.